Hello everyone and welcome to another UFC review. Let me just pull the camera in closer. This is UFC Fight Night Lewis vs Hunt. And yes, in case you haven't noticed, I'm wearing a really cool Crisis shirt. I've had this for a while, but it's still cool. This review will be a bit shorter than others because I couldn't find the prelims to record, but there is one prelim fight I did get to watch, which is the main prelim main event, so we're going to get to that. So yeah, Spark Center in Auckland, New Zealand. The second time that the UFC's been in Auckland since June 2014, so 3 years pretty much. In fact, is it 3 years to the day, or is it like close enough? Let's see. No, nearer the end of June, but still, like, that's not that far off, to be honest. So, yeah, we're just going to get on to the main thing, and the one prelim fight I did get to see. So first of all, we had Damian Brown versus Vince Pichel, which is a name I haven't seen in a really long time. Like, 5 years ago was the first ever live season of The Ultimate Fighter, The Ultimate Fighter Season 15. And he was on there, and he, from what I remember, he didn't really make it very far. But he did a really damn good job here, especially considering that Damian really had his number through most of the fight. It ended the first round, and Pichel managed to land a really good counter right and knocked out Brown. I almost said Hooker. That's another fight that is fighting on the card. But yeah, it was a really, really good fight from what I managed to see. Brown really did impress me, because I like watching him fight. He's really good. And Pichel, I'm not gonna lie, he didn't impress me all that much when I first saw him 5 years ago, but a lot can change in half a decade, and he was really, really good in this fight. It was really fun to watch. So, yeah, I enjoyed this, and we're going to get to the next fight. So, well, it's not the only fight in the card to go to a decision. It's the only one I saw that went to a decision. Pretty much all the ones I did get to see were finishes, so I'm fine with that. Let's see, Alexander Volkanovski against Mizuto Hirota. Volkanovski won by unanimous decision. It was a really good back and forth fight. There was a lot of really good strikes, but I think the majority of it was really with wrestling. Volkanovski had some really good clinch work, really good at pushing Hirota against the cage, and really good takedowns. He did get a few good knockdowns on Hirota as well. It was a really good fight. Probably, of all of them, maybe my least favorite in the card, but it was still really, really good. If I have to pick a least favorite for every card, this would probably be it, but it was still a really fun fight, all in all. So, I ain't disappointed with it. It was a really good fight. It was just of all of them, this is probably the one I'd watched the least. But it was a really, really good showing from Volkanovski, and from Hirota, who did a good enough job to make it to the end of the fight, because there was a lot of close moments with him, and with Volkanovski as well. So, yeah, we're going to get to the next one. Next up, we had Ben Gwynn, who I believe is actually from... no, he's from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I thought he was Australian for some reason. That's probably another fight I'm thinking of. Anyway, he was against Tim Elliott, who, lest we forget, did challenge for the flyweight title. And Ben won in, I know, it wasn't really long, 50 seconds. He landed some really good strikes on Tim, then managed to get a takedown, then managed to take his back, then sunk in a rear naked choke and finish it before the first minute of the fight was over. I knew I kept my eye on Ben for a reason. I know I've reviewed him before in a UFC review. I don't remember what card it was, but I know I've talked about him. And I knew I was right for keeping an eye on him, because he's very, very promising. And Tim Elliott is Tim Elliott. You know, he's not going to be doing too bad with his loss. He's still really damn good at what he does. Also, let me close the curtains. The left side of my face is totally holy right now, so give me a moment. There we go. Also, you would think I'd close the curtains more. But yeah, it was a really good fight, really good showing from Ben 10 Gwynn. And I love his nickname so much. Ben 10 was a good cartoon. I'd fight you if you disagree with me, even though I was aware not a lot of people liked it. And Tim Elliott, you know, he didn't really last long, so I can't really comment on how good he did, but he's really, really good regardless. So yeah, we're going to move on to the next fight. Next, another one that was over really bloody quick. Iwan Cutelaba against Henrique de Silva. Yeah, Cutelaba won in 22 seconds by knockout. It was a fairly heated fight from what I understand going into the weigh-ins, and he just... Cutelaba didn't give a shit. I've seen him fight before. He fights like he doesn't give a shit, and he just knocked de Silva the fuck out. Dassil that fuck out, if you will. And it was a really, it was just a good showing from him. Another guy who I'm glad I chosen to keep an eye on. Really not much else to say about this fight. He did a good job. Oh, also I forgot to mention Ben Nguyen. I have to try and pronounce his surname right. It's Nguyen. It's very difficult. He got a Performance of the Night award, so that's a good thing. Extra money in his pocket. He won Kurt Labour didn't, but he probably should have. He ended it in just over 20 seconds. Really good stuff. Yeah, moving on. Next up, we have two fighters that I genuinely like, even though I haven't seen one of them fight as much. Dan Hooker, yay, against Ross Pearson, yay. Sorry, it's the only bit of national. It's the only time where I actually feel national pride when I see a British fighter in the UFC, because there are so few of them. And the only time we really see a mass assembly of them is when there's an event in the UK, and even then that's extremely rare, to be honest. So it just is. Yeah, it was a pretty good back and forth fight. Pearson did look a little bit slow, but he managed to keep a good pace. Hooker, I can't take myself seriously when saying his surname. Dan. Hooker Dan Hooker, the Hooker of Dan the Hooker. No, that's not his nickname, by the way. I don't remember what it is. I don't even think he has one, but I definitely know it's not Dan the Hooker. Like the James Krause, but 10 times worse. Anyway, Hooker won. He got Performance of the Night. He won in round 2 by knockout with a really good knee. It was a pretty good fight. I don't remember a whole lot about it, but it was good enough. Pearson, as I said, did look a bit slow. He landed a fair few outside punches. He managed to get some good counters in, though. And there were a couple of moments where Hooker did actually knock Pearson down a couple of times. And then eventually he managed to got a really good knee and knocked Pearson out with it. It was a really good fight. A lot of good respect shown between the two, so, you can't really fault that. And a good performance from Hooker, who got Performance of the Night, so not bad. Next up is the co-main event between formerly one of my least favourite fighters in Derrick Brunson against Daniel Kelly. Yay! Who I probably think should retire, especially after this. So, throughout pretty much the entire first minute, I don't really remember any strikes being landed. And then about, 1 minute and 15 seconds in, Brunson landed a punch of some description and knocked Kelly out and then finished it with a couple more ground punches and the fight was stopped. Every time I've seen Kelly lose, every time I've seen Kelly fight, he loses, basically. I like him, but I don't think this... Maybe one more fight, maybe? Possibly? What is his record? I don't know a lot about Daniel Kelly, but I know I've seen him before. Let's see. Obviously, yep. It says, known for his highly aggressive and unconventional dad style. I think someone might have just hacked his wiki page. Oh, so his record isn't bad. Okay. Why did I say every time I've seen him lose? He's only got 2 losses, and the first loss he had, I wasn't even reviewing UFC events on my channel. Alright, I'm a bit of an idiot. Okay, just ignore what I said. Yeah, no, he can keep fighting. I don't know why I said what I said, like, thinking I knew more about him. Like, no. I've seen him in fights before where it was kind of slow, but that's just how he fights. But he's an Olympian, he's kind of used to that. Not the style that Derrick Brunson has, which is to knock people out really quick and really fast. Which are the same thing, but with 2 different words. My head. Anyway, yeah, obviously Kelly's going to fight again. Brunson definitely needed this win, especially after the fight with Whittaker, I think. So, yeah, we're going to move on to the main event now. And now it's the main event of the evening. Derrick Lewis against Mark Hunt. Hunt. Always space that word out. First of all, I want to say I'm surprised that Mark wasn't in the red corner, considering they're in New Zealand. He's from New Zealand. No, the American got to be in the red corner. It's weird when that happens. Like, if it's an event in a specific country, like if it's in the UK, the majority of the English fighters will be in the red corner. Will there be one that's in the blue corner? Look, okay, say for example it's held in Brazil, and the main event is for a title. And the challenger is Brazilian, but the champion is American. You know, the American is in the red gloves, he's in the championship clothes, that makes sense. This wasn't for a title. Fight nights are rarely for titles, and it really doesn't make sense to me to have, like, the person who's from there not be in the red corner. I feel like he should have been, but it doesn't matter, you know, because the two matches put on a really good fight. A bit slow, a bit plodding, but it wasn't without really, really good moments of, like, holy shit, someone's going to fall down after a really hard punch. Neither man fell down. Derrick did go for a few takedowns, but eventually Mark did manage to get the win by TKO in round 4. He just managed to land a really good strike and then followed it with several more on Lewis. So it was a really good showing from him. And it got fight of the night, and deservedly so. It wasn't the most exciting fight on the card, in my opinion, but it was. Actually, no, it's not the most exciting fight of the night I've seen all year. Like, this was the most exciting fight on the card, in my opinion. I reverse that anyway. It's not going to be in my top 10 of the year, but it was a pretty good fight, and of all the ones I did get to see, it was probably the best of them. I would say that all the fights were great, but a lot of them ended way too quickly. There was still some good stuff, like Hooker versus Pearson was really, really good. Obviously, Hunt versus Lewis was really good. Volkanovski against Hirota, like I said, will be, you know, is my least favorite fight on the card, but I still really liked it. So, yeah, there's really not much else to say. It was a really good event. I just love the New Zealand and / Australian crowds. They're always really awesome. Not as mental as the Brazilian crowd. Like, they're still the biggest. Oh, Sweden too, I guess. Like, Sweden fucking love their guys. They hate anyone who's not Swedish, basically. It's true. So yeah, that's pretty much gonna do it for this, and I'll see you all next time for the Ultimate Fight review, because I doubt my part 1 of my Chris Cornell backtracking thing is gonna be out before then. So, thank you for watching, and just remember to take care. Farewell.